the most anticipated earnings releases for the week of February 10th, 2025. Presented by earningswhispers. Oh yeah, it is getting hot now. We are starting to move on from the S&P 500 companies reporting earnings to the Russell 2000. We are pushing 450 companies scheduled to report earnings, with 140 Russell 2000 companies and only 76 S&P 500 names. Monday morning, we'll have McDonald's reporting. The restaurants have mostly done well during the quarter, but earnings estimates for McDonald's have been trending lower for the past year as fast food traffic slowed, so the question will be mostly whether the company bucked the trends and joined the higher-end competitors. Then, naturally, mondaydotcom will report. Nearly every quarter since its IPO, the company gave guidance above estimates. Last quarter was an exception, when the company merely gave in-line guidance, and the stock has been punished accordingly. Things appear to have been positive during the quarter, though, and expectations reset. The big story this week comes on Tuesday when Supermicro gives a business update. We aren't likely to get official results, and the new auditors probably haven't signed off on anything yet, but we haven't gotten anything official since August. The stock has sold off from $120 to the $30 range, and for now, hope springs eternal ahead of the update. Earlier on Tuesday, we will see Shopify report. The stock made its own attempt to above 120 last week, but was rejected. There is still that earnings gap that hasn't been filled, but positive results would potentially solidify a move above $120. If the rule is to buy strength, then Wednesday is the day. After the close will be topped by two stocks that have just simply gone higher from the lower left of the chart all the way to the upper right going into earnings. Reddit tops the list of traders and investors, but Robinhood will report about 5 minutes before. There is more fun on Thursday. Coinbase broke out to the upside following earnings last quarter, helped by the election, and then found support at the 250 price of control. Of course, this is all about Bitcoin, which has traded sideways after also rallying on the election results. The two obviously move closely together, but it's the volume that impacts earnings. You may be listening to me as you get bored of another one of the countless Super Bowl commercials for online gambling, so you already know that DraftKings is facing growing competition. It is still the best of the group, but on margin, it is getting tougher. It also doesn't help that it has been an unusual football season that had the favorites winning more games, which improved the payouts. Yet, investors really love it going into earnings. Most of the interest on Friday is in Moderna. You've stopped getting your COVID boosters a long time ago, and the fundamental trends continue to weaken. This is starting to become a crowded trade, though, so things are getting interesting. Shortly after Moderna reports, we will get results from Enbridge, which typically can be summed up with one word: steady. This time around, however, the implied move is rather elevated. With a pickup in the number of smaller cap names reporting, we naturally see more names with elevated volatility. One name that has relatively muted volatility compared to its past is Confluent. It has averaged 20% plus moves over the past several quarters, but option traders are only looking for about half that. The stock put in a nice reversal on earnings last quarter and has held that gap throughout the quarter. That's a positive setup going into earnings, so now the company just needs to deliver. Expectations are for the company to do just that. As we take a look out into the earnings scheduled in mid-March, we still see a light calendar, with the exception of names like Adobe and Ulta Beauty. But that week is going to fill up soon.
Shh.